everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm just gonna be doing a quick tutorial showing you how I pretty much get ready for work. I'm just doing a simple soft look. I don't want to go into the office too beat, I just want a simple look, make my skin look a little bit more even and glowy. So if you want to see how I get this look, just keep watching. Thanks. So of course the first thing I'm doing is my eyebrows, and I'm using my handy dandy Sephora eyebrow pencil in the shade dark brown. I go back and forth between the dark brown shade and the black shade just because my eyebrows are really dark, but when I'm going to work I go for a softer look, so I really like the dark brown. So because my eyebrows are already pretty much really thick, I don't have to fill them in too much. I just outline them around the top and bottom and fill in the fronts of my eyebrows because it's a little bit thinner. Now just to clean up my brows, I'm using my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the darkest shade. I'm using the NC50 shade to go ahead and just clean up around my eyebrows, make them look a little bit more snatched. So to blend it in, I'm going to use one of my Real Techniques concealer brush just to blend that into my skin. I'm going to blend it a little bit more in just a moment, but I do a lot of blending because I hate to have like that really harsh highlight around my eyebrows, especially the top. That just drives me crazy. I'm using that NC50 shade. And I'm so goofy, I dropped it, y'all. But I'm just using that shade. I'm gonna pop it on my eyelids just to brighten them and make me look a little bit more awake. Take away that sleepy look. Now remember I said I was gonna blend it out a little bit more. So I'm using my Real Techniques medium sculpting brush. This brush is so perfect for blending in this matte concealer. I don't know, like this combination is just lit. And to set my concealer, I am going to be using the Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep. And I'm just gonna be setting the concealer on my eyes just so it's not creasy. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to do that, by the way. Now, since the look is so simple, just to give me a little more pizzazz, I am going to add some eyeliner. I'm going to do a wing, nothing too dramatic, but, just give me a little bit of flair. And just to serve as a base for the lashes that I'll be putting on off camera, I'm adding some mascara. The lashes I'm using are Ardell's Faux Mink lashes. Now to move into my complexion products, first I'm going to moisturize using my Clinique Dramatically Moisturizing Lotion. This is perfect for girls with dry skin like myself. I love it. I use this even when I'm not putting on makeup. Lately, this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer has been my all-time fave. It just makes my skin look so smooth, and it's pretty good about controlling oils throughout the day. So yeah, I'm just gonna rub that in, focusing most heavily on my T-zone, so by my nose, my forehead, and right underneath my eyes. So for foundation, I'm going to be using Nars Sheer Glow in the shade Manaus. And I'm just going to be using my Morphe M6 brush to just press that into my skin. And I'm going to speed this part up just a little bit. You guys get the gist. I normally start around my chin and work the foundation up to the top of my face. Don't need a lot of this product. A little bit goes a long way, especially since we don't want to look cakey. I want this to look as natural and skin-like as possible. Coming back into my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette, going back into NC50, and I'm going to use that as my concealer shade today. And I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes, on my nose, forehead, upper lip, and right below my bottom lip as usual. I really like how this shade gives me a little bit more of a glow, but I like how it's not too light or bright where, you know, it looks like I was going out for a night at the club. You know, I just want it to look as natural as possible. And now I'm coming back again with that Real Techniques medium sculpting brush, and I'm just going to blend this out. Like I said, this brush is a perfect match for this concealer. I don't know, something about the consistency that just blends so perfect, and this brush just does the best job at blending. Now to set the concealer, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep once again. And I go back and forth between this shade and the regular translucent one. I like this one a little bit better for when I'm going for a really natural look, because it just kind of adds a little bit more like warmth into my face, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I love this powder. To set the rest of my face, I'm using my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural in the shade Dark Deepest. This is my favorite thing to use to set my entire face. It literally just melts everything on my face into one another. I cannot do my makeup without using this powder. This is like my staple powder. I honestly don't think I will ever need to try another one because this is just perfect. Like, I just could rant and rave about it all day. You guys, I could not wait to try this Fenty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. Like, Rihanna did her thing with this, y'all. I've already been using this for like the past 3 or 4 days, and I'm obsessed with it. It just gives my face so much like chocolate vibes. I love it. It adds so much warmth onto the perimeter of my face. I'm just in awe of this bronzer. And I'm really not a big fan of contouring. I prefer to bronze just because my face kind of has natural like contoured spots. So I prefer bronzing just to give me that extra glow, and I just love it. So I'm using that bronzer just to go in and kind of like shape out my nose a little bit. Like I said, I don't really consider this to be contouring, so to speak, but I just like the shade that it gives my nose. And also because I'm not putting on any eyeshadow, I'm using this in a way like an eyeshadow just to add some dimension back to my eyes. And now to my favorite part of makeup ever. I'm going to be adding some highlight. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills' Peach Nectar Illuminator. Fabulous. It's perfect. Like, just perfect. I can't even say anything else. But yeah, I'm using this to add to the tip of my nose to give me a little button nose. I added it to the bridge of my nose, and I'm also going and adding some highlight to my cheeks. I love highlighter, so I really don't care where I'm going. I'm gonna add highlighter and a lot of it because I love it. Like, you know, I want to glow from within. Now, because sometimes I overdo it with the highlight, I like to press it into my skin with the beauty blender. This kind of like tones it down just a little bit and spreads it out. I like for like my entire side of my face to look glowy. So I find like the beauty blender helps me to achieve that look. So I'm going to be using that same highlighter, and I'm going to take a little bit of it and put it on the inner corners of my eyes. I really like the way that this makes my eyes look. It just makes me look more glowy. It makes me look a little bit more awake. So I think this is perfect just to give you some pizzazz when you're going to work or school, or, you know, early in the morning, just to give you a nicer look, in my opinion. So for blush, I'm going into Juvia's Place Saharan Palette Volume 2. I'm going to use the shade Sola. I love this shade because it's a blush and like a highlighter at the same time to me, because it has kind of like a glittery look. So I'm just using my Real Techniques blush brush to apply that. And sometimes I can go a little heavy-handed. So same as I did with my highlighter, I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and kind of blend that out and down a little bit. Now, you can't have a look without your bottom lashes being done, so I'm just going to add some of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara onto my bottom lashes here. And I look completely crazy applying this, so don't mind me, but just know I had to get each and every lash. So now I'm just lining my lips with this NYX lip liner. I believe it's in the shade Plum. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll have it listed down in the description. I'm going to be using some NYX lip gloss. It's in the shade Sunday Mimosa. I'm just going to be adding this to my lips. This is a beautiful color. Now to set my face, I'm going to be using my Morphe Continuous Mist Spray. Alright, and this is the finished look, you guys. My hair is still wet, so when it dries, it'll be a little bit more fluffy and curly. Moisturize to finish off the look. And yes, this is how I go to work, with the big hoops on in the office. Yes, because I'm bringing some personality to the office, period. Like... But anyways, like, subscribe, and comment if you like the look. And yeah, have a good day, guys.